Final notice to Lara Croft, a current tenant of premises. This is to serve as your final notice for the purposes of terminating your ownership of Croft Manor. You are required to immediately vacate and surrender possession of said manor to Atlas de Mornay, executor of estates.
Lara, it is unfortunate that you have forced my hand in this matter, but so be it. As you know, your parents appointed me executor of the estate in the event of their absence. Since your mother disappeared, her death was never technically declared. And given the circumstances surrounding your father's death, it's no surprise that he never drafted a formal last will and testament to account for this circumstance. Unfortunately, you have no legal claims to the estate. I'm willing to negotiate a modest monthly stipend from your trust, but only if you leave the manor by week's end. Don't fight me on this, Lara. Your mother wouldn't want that. Sincerely, Atlas.
There has to be a will or some kind of evidence of what happened to Mum in the manor, somewhere. Dad's safe. Needs a combination. It's got to be in Dad's papers somewhere. Maybe in the library. My birthday crown. I was so proud of that thing. Dad would have liked me to go to Oxford, but I insisted on UCL. Yep, looks real. Roth once offered to forge me a fake diploma to show Dad.
Well, this is a hell of a thing. I met someone tonight.
My parents made a good team, challenging each other from the start. A picture with Dad and Anna. Never liked wearing dresses, but because... This is probably my grandfather, Benjamin. One of Dad's Yoruba masks, a gift.
I finally introduced Richard to the family. It went precisely how I imagined. Icy but polite.
It must have been hard for Mum to go against her family's wishes. I'm glad she did. Dad's map of the forgotten cities of northern Syria. Dad's book about immortality myths. The door to the library. This is the map I made for my first expedition with Dad. It shows a path to the library through the servants' passages. Wait, I can get to the library through the old servants' corridor. Locked. There's got to be another way through. Dad's artifacts from the Nile Valley. I always loved looking at these. Dad became interested in immortality. Too dark. Going to need a flashlight.
Hi, Dad. I've been...
Lara, I've...
Well, hello there, Sir Lancelot. Don't worry, I won't be borrowing your sword this time. The Grand Hall. Always loved playing in here as a kid. This will be one of the first things to fix. The phoenix figurine.
Lara, you know the West Wing is off limits!
What are you doing sitting there on the floor, Mistress Lara?
The offer came in the post last.
Looking at the compass, thinking.
What about, if I may inquire?
Got to remember to pack this for my next trip. Should be able to explore the dark now. Hey, Jonah. I'm not sure. I really need to brush up on my ancestors. Another one of Dad's immortality.
Lara.
Just thinking about discovering faraway places, about finding adventure.
I'm sure you will, my lady. You've the soul of an explorer. But don't grow up too fast.
Falling apart. Maybe I should just let my uncle have this place. I'm not surprised he asked her to marry him as soon as he got the idea.
Amelia, I know...
Still just as creepy as I remember.
My lord.
Poor Winston. I remember being so angry. He was always
King
so
to
patient
Queen
with me.
We're going to win this time, Winston.
Clever girl. But you should know by now,
I
winning...
would play chess with our old butler Winston on this board. Never could beat him. I always chose...
isn't everything. Queen to King's Bishop 6. Check.
I'm at a.
Every...
Dad loved a good bottle of wine.
Dad, this is it! The basement of despair!
Indeed, Lara. Muster your courage, for this is the only path to the Library of Infinite Knowledge.
Look there! See the string?
An ancient Egyptian tripwire. The Keepers of Knowledge want none to disturb their treasures. We must tread carefully.
Let me lead. I know how to spot all the traps.
I'm sure you do, my darling. Lead on.
My stuff. One of the wire traps Winston made for my birthday expedition. Winston used my hair ribbons. Water damage from the main hall above. This must have been... Plans for adding electricity to the manor. Dad used to say his granny hated all the bright lights. Okay, Dad's ledger has to be in here somewhere. Hopefully it has the combination to the safe.
I've created...
I always...
Took quite a tumble off this old thing when I was a girl. Still feel it in the shoulder from time to time. Blank, except for the image of a key. I remember this map now. It leads to the master key, but we made it with a special kind of invisible ink. It could only be seen with the heat of a fire. This music is familiar. It's beautiful. It appears Sir Reginald's helmet fell off. Or didn't I put it back properly?
For God.
Okay, got to find those objects to figure out the combination to the safe. There's something else here. Dad's lighter. I don't remember him ever using it though. The Croft family crest and initials PC. Okay, should be able to light the fireplace now.
I've reached the...
Dad was looking for an elixir. Was it the elixir of life? This is my handiwork. I used to love drawing. Spent so many hours in here, reading, dreaming of my own adventures. I remember this now. Each district in ancient Egypt had a symbol and a number.
Now, let me see. These two myths are
One
referenced.
of Winston's notes. He always hid sweets for me to find.
The same source material. But where did I see this image?
Dad, I think it's this one, in the chapter on Egyptian districts.
This should help me read the map. I can see the map. Looks like the key is hidden under a trunk near the bookcase. X marks the spot, as they say. The master key. This. Alright. This should open most rooms in the manor, including the forbidden West Wing. The Pharaoh's crown from my birthday treasure hunt. The Pharaoh's crown from my birthday treasure hunt. How old was I again? Okay, Dad's clues mention Mum's paintings and their anniversary. Hopefully I can find some answers in the West Wing.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to see...
We've been through this.
Was Mum's room in here?
Just stay out of there, darling.
Dad was always so protective of the West Wing. The Croft family crest. Worse than I thought. Okay, Laura, keep it together. You're starting to see things.
My lord.
Mum's atelier. Dad sealed it soon after she died. Untouched for years, exactly as she left it.
I stood.
I don't have any memory of this. I wish I could remember doing. Mum with me as a baby. I've never seen this. Hard to believe I was. Mum's paintings. Which one was Dad's favorite?
I returned home this afternoon to collect the last of my paintings. I suppose I should say I returned to my family's home. Atlas was there, in one of his foul moods, and even as he dripped venom for Richard...
Blocks of red. Dad's favorite painting. Maybe something about that painting will help me figure out the combination.
You've almost got it, darling. Here, let me show you. Like this, see? Well done, Lara. Well done.
I wonder how my life would have been different had she lived. This was for a show in London of Mum's work. What I wouldn't give to see this today. It says here, Amelia Croft plans to show her work in New...
Lara...
I'm glad I still have so much of Mum's work.
With a...
I believe...
Dad may have discovered the secret to immortality without even knowing it. Mum's wedding ring. I always wondered what happened to it. The At least that old thing still works. My mother's... I remember this. Dad gave it to Mum on her birthday. Pretty sure my parents were married in October. I think it was close to her birthday. Okay, back to the study to open that safe. Mum on her wedding day. She looks so... Their anniversary was in October. Which day? I can't believe I don't know this. There's got to be another clue somewhere. This is Dad. I suppose it's a family tradition.
After everything Atlas...
I think this was Dad's pocket watch. Looks like it stopped precisely...
done. How could you tell him about the expedition?
It's just all been too much. I needed to talk to someone. He's still my brother.
I don't trust him.
You don't have to, Richard, but please, trust me.
I'm sorry, my dear, but I know him. He'll take it to the papers. The investors will pull out.
Then go. Without me. Tonight. I will take care of Atlas. And then meet you in Tibet next week.
I was so young, but I still remember that terrible argument. It wasn't always an easy road for my parents.
Miss...
Yes, I think you're right, Lara.
This was always one of my favorite books in this library. I used to trace hieroglyphs.
I remember the page with the illustration of Ra.
My goodness, you've been paying attention, haven't you? This could be an important breakthrough.
Dad, what do you keep in there?
Nothing too important, Lara. Estate business and such.
If it's not important, then why bother putting it in a safe?
I should know better than to try and pull one over on you. There is something important in here. And it's for you, should you need it someday.
Well, let's hope you came through for me, Dad. No, that's not it. No, that didn't work. The answer has to be...
I returned home this afternoon to collect the last of my paintings. I suppose I should...
For God's sake, memorize the combination.
I believe it took this trip to push me over the edge. I've been able to see Richard in his element, seeing him at his best and his worst. I've experienced the purity and chaos of his passion.
The clues. Okay, found all the clues. Let's see if I can figure this out. No, that's not it. No, that didn't work. The answer has to be in the clues.
I returned home this afternoon to collect the last of my paintings. I suppose I should say I returned to my family's home. Atlas was there, in one of his foul...
For God's sake, memorize the combination, you fool. Lara's expedition treasure, my favorite painting by Amelia, the day of our wedding anniversary.
I remember this. Dad gave it to Mum on her birthday. The Pharaoh's crown from my birthday treasure hunt. I remember this now. Each district in ancient Egypt had a symbol and a number. I always preferred these symbols to the actual number hieroglyphs. The Pharaoh's crown from my birthday treasure hunt. How old was I again? 6? 8?
For God's sake, memorize the combination, you fool. Lara's expedition treasure. My favorite painting by Amelia. The day of our wedding.
No, that didn't work. The answer has to be in the clues. No, that's not it. That worked. It makes me happy to know that Dad kept... No, that's not what I'm looking for.
I am numb.
Dad, what did you do? Dad's sequel to his first book on immortality. He never got a chance to publish it. Handwritten. This is the only... Damn, this isn't it either. I was certain there had to be a will in here. Wait, what's that? A blank page. Dad must have left this for me. It has to be important. A hidden message. What are these strange marks? They have to be some kind of clue. I remember this now. Each district in ancient Egypt had a symbol and a number. I always preferred these symbols to the actual number hieroglyphs. A hidden message. I remember this now. Each district in ancient Egypt had a symbol and a number. I always preferred these symbols to the... That worked. Damn, locked in. Did this open the secret door from the inside? Hope I'm not trapped in here. Did Dad build all of this just to keep his research safe? You brought her home. She's here, somewhere. Dad's Tibetan scroll. The missing page from the renovation plans. They didn't want anyone outside the family knowing about this. Might be able to use. This was part of a set of statues Dad found in China.
Richard.
Dad's collected knowledge.
My love.
Mum faced death alone. She was so brave. There's an inscription. This is the Croft universe. Our knowledge is to the east, our respite to the west. Our future is to the south, our past is to the north. Our past to the north. Could there be something else beneath the manor? Amazing. Even in here, Dad went out of his way to hide his findings.
Hi, Dad. So I know I only just Easy for you to say. You always win. Knight takes queen.
What I mean to say is try to enjoy the journey, Lara. Don't rush to victory. Bishop to King 7. Lord Croft is resolved to seal the...
I know, Winston. I just want... Oh no! I didn't even see that!
You should also know by now, I'm not to be trifled with on this board, young lady. Mate.
Oh, I am going to win. Someday.
Our knowledge is to the east, our respite to the west. Our future is to the south, our past is to the north. Incredible. This crypt was here all along.
I...
My God, can it be? Dad, you did bring her home.
My dearest Lara, it is difficult to write this, knowing these may only ever be words on a page to you. I wonder if you will remember my voice. Will you remember the way we used to play and laugh? Will you remember me comforting you when you were sad? Know that I'm still with you, Lara. My energy, my love, it's within you. It always will be. Use that energy to pursue your passions in life. Never let others determine your journey. You become who you are through your choices, through the love you give and the promises you keep. I hope you are happy, that you are loved and successful in whatever it is you choose to do. I am proud of you, my darling. Remember me, with all my love, your mother.
What's this? A letter.
Lara, I have received the notarized affidavit confirming Amelia's grave and the discovery of the burial crypt within the manor premises. While I can't fathom why your father would hide your mother's fate from her own family,
I've been so focused on defying my uncle, of fighting to keep his hands off this manor, that I never realized how much this place actually means to me. But since I've been here, I can feel the presence of my mother and father. I sense the entire history of my family and the deep roots we have in this place. I want to honor my parents. I want to honor all of my ancestors. The Croft family may be all but destroyed, but I will make our name and our home great again. broken sword I brought back from Yamato. The Atlas, such an amazing piece. I can still remember the last time I fought. My great-grandma. This belongs to Anna. Most of her belongings are in the guest house. What was she doing in here? Dad's sequel to his first book on